how to let go of expired friendships. In case we haven't met yet, I'm Jess Exco, and I feel really called to share with you my personal experiences of how to cut the ties with people that is not in alignment with your core values. And the more we go onto this journey of deep alchemy and discovering more of your soul's consciousness, you start to realize that there are certain people in your life that's no longer serving you, that's weighing you down, or you're just drifting apart because the values or the connection is just not there anymore. And it has taken me quite some time to figure this out, to really master the craft of communication in ending a friendship or a relationship from a place of love, respect, and maturity. And I found that this all comes to wisdom by learning from our failures, mistakes, and experiences. And every time I cut off someone, like a friendship, and not having closure around it, or not being able to communicate in a way that comes from an adult place, but a place of woundedness, or being abrupt or cold or distant. Whenever I do that, at the end of that experience, I ask myself the question, how can I do that better? And that allows me to reflect and realize there's wisdom in that experience. Even though I could have expressed my opinions differently, or I could have ended that conversation and connection differently. It's always an opportunity for you and I to grow and evolve so we can do things better for the next relationship. So just recently, I was going through a dark night of the soul, and I was not in the headspace, and I didn't have the energetic capacity to support someone else. And I had a couple of friends contacting me, dumping their problems onto me, expressing fear, projecting their triggers onto me because there was something that I said that triggered them, but when I expressed it, it didn't come from that intention or place at all. It just came from what I needed because I was going through a really rough patch. I just moved into my new home in a new suburb. I'm adjusting to the frequencies of that, and I'm connecting with new people in the area. So there's a lot of changes going on. And then I was hitting another layer of trauma that I had to purge out. It kind of felt like another rock bottom for me in my 30s. And I was bombarded with these messages, and when I read the messages, I could see one thing, but when I felt into the energetics, there was another thing going on in the background. And as I read the messages, with one person, I felt threatened, criticized, guilty, but I also can recognize from a higher perspective that they were acting out from an unhealed trauma that they've experienced from their family dynamic that I reminded them of subconsciously. Then there was another friendship that was going on, and she triggered me, where I felt undervalued, unsupported, and unheard, because she was dumping fear onto me with her problems and what I was going through. And it wasn't something that I requested to hear. And with these two different friendships and two different conversations, I tuned into myself and I asked myself, what are these friendships telling me to do? And boy, I got so much insight from that. And even though it was painful at the time, even though I felt so much guilt around cutting people off and letting go of these energetic ties, it's painful. It hurts. You feel rejected. And I know what it's like to be on the other end. And so there was a lot of guilt when I knew inside my heart that I had to let them go, because it's not serving them and it's not serving me. And when I had the clarity, the insight in how to construct this conversation, I had to observe myself first, tune into my feelings, and tuning into the different aspects of myself and asking my soul, which perspective do I choose to see it from that is of service to my highest good and for their highest good too. And the dialogue was downloaded and I knew what I had to say in that conversation. And so if you're in this position right now where you are really struggling to have that conversation to end a friendship or a relationship, process your feelings first before you respond. See it from multiple perspectives and ask your soul and tune in with yourself. What is the best way forward that is of service to my highest good first? And then it would be their highest good. Because what serves you is what serves them, because we are one. We are one. We are all human beings. We all have a physical body. We all have a mind. We all have an energetic field. We are one, regardless of what we see face value. Beyond that, we're just one. And we all contribute to the collective consciousness. So what I do is I tune in with myself. And I asked my soul, how do I go about this? Because the answers comes from your questions. The smarter the question, the clearer the answer. And the dialogue that showed up for me was really simple. And it was straight to the point and concise. There was no blaming, no excuses, no victimization, just pure love. And the way I constructed the message was along these lines. I had a think about what you shared with me, and I just feel in my heart that this friendship is no longer in alignment with me, and I don't feel it's right for me to continue this relationship. I wish you all the best. That's it. Can you see how the way I expressed it was straight to the point, neutral, transparent, truthful, and I said it in a way from respect because it came from a place of maturity, not victimization. When we express a message from a place of victimization, just notice the other person's response to that. They react, they feed into that energy because that's the energy you're giving out. So what I learned from that experience was it's not about being right, it's about how can I win this experience from a soulful place. And I won by choosing to let go of my ego, to be humble, and to trust what I've been guided to communicate. And the responses have been amazing. They also accepted where I was at and my decision, and they wished me all the best too. And it didn't come from a smart ass place or a wounded place. It came from the place where I came from, because I took initiative to step up and feel into that energy and create that energetic container of wisdom, stillness, maturity, love, and truth. And that was reflected back at me. If you feel that you still struggle in having these heartfelt conversations, whether it's asking for permission within yourself, whether it's letting go a relationship that's no longer serving you, whether it's getting closure from trauma, or getting to know you from a place of soul consciousness, check out my incredible online immersion, how you can transform trauma and move with trust. Simply click on the link below to access Rebuild Your Self-Worth. This is my signature trauma recovery program. And yes, you actually get me by your side. Personalized support, just you and me, in a series of private trauma recovery sessions and personalized WhatsApp support. This is crucial, especially if you want to hire a successful mentor to be there by your side so you can navigate the chaos and challenges that you're experiencing right now in order for you to step up and live your best life. If you feel you got something out of this video, I would love for you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, give it a like, and share it with your loved ones who are in need of this. May this message serves you, my love.